Earlier, I posted a post about learning about kidney disease. It's a so if you guys want to come and join me, I can talk about it. You guys can ask me questions, and I'll do my best to answer it. Then you guys can share too, so other people can know more about it. It's my first video, so we'll see how it goes. Hi Charlie. So you guys can ask away. I can tell you guys that I was diagnosed in 2013. And what my first symptom was dyslexia. And then, no, I'm not singing, I'm just putting background music so I don't feel too shy. So yeah, I started vacuuming, and then I noticed that and I didn't really think much about it until I don't know, my mom was diagnosed with kidney failure, and she was like really tired, and so I would go over and like and then I just thought that maybe, you know, but then once she passed away, then I started having swelling in my feet at her funeral. And then once then I was like, okay, maybe I should go get a checkup, which I did, and they told me that I had kidney failure. I didn't believe it, but you know what, I was 21, so I was in shock. I did delay it by 2 weeks until I did go to U of M to get a second opinion, and they were like, you know, if you don't go on dialysis, you're gonna die by Friday. So yeah, I got upset. I was like, you know, I didn't want to follow my mom's route. So I got on dialysis. Within 4 treatment, I felt better. So I'm glad that I did go on dialysis. Yeah, it's really hard, but nowadays I got used to it. the first time being on dialysis, có những feel tao they're like good and chan the little machine, and then it kind of cleans it, makes you really tired. And that when I was first diagnosed, I was about 145 pounds, and I lost a lot of weight that first week of treatment. When I got out of the hospital, I think I was in the hospital for 1 week, if I remember correctly, and I was dialyzed 3 to 4 days in a row. The fourth treatment I felt better. I felt like Jungoli, you can feel that, and then you just feel like, and they did give me like two units of blood, so I did get more energy out of that. I started feeling like she's short of breath. It was after I got home, then I noticed that I had a lot of energy. I was able to eat more, but I was on a restricted diet. My phosphorus was pretty high. The moment when I got dialyzed, my potassium was at 6.7 to 7, which if you have a lot of potassium in your system because of your kidneys that wasn't working, then your heart can stop. And a couple days before I went to get the second opinion from the U of M, my doctor was following up with me, and she said that I need to get to the hospital because my potassium was really high and my heart could stop anytime. I told her no, I don't want to, because I feel like I'm okay, but because I guess my body was used to it for so long. Yeah, I was so used to it, but then that night, and she said, you know, you really gotta go because I'm scared for you. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll think about it, and if I don't feel well, I'll go tomorrow. And then during that night, I did feel my heart fluttering, and I told my husband, I was like, you know, I don't feel well, do you think I should go in? And he was just like, yeah, if you don't feel well, then we should go. But then I was like, nah, it's okay, I'll wait till tomorrow. And then that day, I was like, yeah, I think let's not go to St. John, let's go to U of M. And then we did go, and then when I went in, my creatinine was at 21, which for regular healthy people, it's supposed to be at 1 or less than 1, and I was at 21. And then I guess my potassium was much higher, and then I was in the ER, and then they were like, I need emergency dialysis. So I said, yeah, you know, I guess we'll see how it goes. So they inserted a catheter, an emergency catheter, into my thigh where my femoral vein was, and yeah, so they inserted the emergency catheter. Within 10 minutes I was dialyzed, and they dialyzed me for a couple hours, I don't know how long. But then once they did that, my third treatment, with my third day, I looked at my hands and they were shrinking, so like, and so I noticed that my hands were like shrinking, and then I don't know, you feel gassy, bubbles everywhere. And then the first week, I don't know how much pound I lost, but I did see myself shrinking. And then once I came home, then before I came home, they had to take out my my catheter in my thigh, and then they inserted the catheter into my my chest, and then where the catheter goes in, they cut a hole, and they slit a little thing in my neck. little thing in my neck right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then they kind of tunnel the catheter in and right into my heart. And then I did that, and then they scheduled me at a clinic, and then I did that for three times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, since December of 2013. And then it was in January when they started to tell me to do a fistula on my left arm. And they started a fistula, which I had to get it done 2 times because it wasn't growing. And then during, I think it was March, then what do you call it, coil, because I had branches stealing from my fistula, so they had to coil, and then they told me to squeeze a ball to make my hand, my vein bigger. So what a fistula is, if you guys don't know, is they attach and then it's an artery, and then it's a vein. So they made a connection, and then we'll connect, and then you have to do some exercises, and then it just grows bigger. And then I think I started using my arm access, and I think because I had it redone in March, so April, May. So in May of 2014, I started using my fistula, and then they put a needle into one part of it, which you could probably see here. Just check it out. And then you guys can feel free to ask me questions, and then I'll answer as I go. So before my fistula was it's on my lower part of my arm, my left arm, and then you guys can see the 2 aneurysm growing, and then now I have buttonhole. So a needle would go here, and then my venous needle would go here, and then they would pull blood from here, and then my blood would go into the machine, and then it would go back into my vein right here. Hi, New. Yeah, right now I'm doing well. Yeah, and then this is how my axis looked like every day. Well, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I would put my needle in this hole, and then my venous needle in this hole, and then it'll get cleaned by the machine for 3.5 hours every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I've been told by a lot of family members to shichomong the na, but I'm kind of stubborn against that because, as I learned with kidney disease, if you have chronic kidney disease like me, it's really let's say they just say that recovery is not even possible anymore. So what we can do is, there's 2 types of treatment, which is, one of them is dialysis, the other one is kidney transplant, which I'm still waiting. For dialysis, there's 2 options. One of them is hemodialysis, which you could get cleaned by the machine. The second one is peritoneal, which the open column peritoneal cavity, which is located right here, and then they put a catheter right here or on this side, and then they will you have to exchange it, and I didn't want to do that because it's kind of like or so I decided to do hemodialysis. And with hemodialysis, you don't have to. The only painful thing is the needle first, because it's sharp and you can compare it to like a pen, like mililiter pen, and then in daily it's about this big, and then like it goes all the way into your access. There's 2 needles, so it's about 16 gauge needles. The biggest one that I've seen patients use is 15 gauge needles, but my arm is really little. I'm a little person, so I get a smaller needle, and plus some fistulas can go up here. They decided to do mine down here because they said that in case then I could do it up here, so they leave some room. And I don't know if you guys can see my fistula, but it does go big. It used to look like this side. It used to be like that, but then once you dialyze for as long as I've had, I don't know if you can see it. It does grow really big. So the whole blue thing right here is my whole fistula, but this is my access. So yeah, do you guys have any questions for me? And if you guys have families that are going through this and like you're learning try about like dialysis then feel free to share this video. You guys can message me on Facebook or throw me an email. My email is nmoua017@gmail.com. I check it daily. I usually check it about every hour. Yeah, so how long have you been doing dialysis? No, I've been on dialysis since December of 2013. So it's almost been 4 years in December this year. Thanks, Petty. Yeah, I try to be. I mean, when I first started, it was really hard on me because, you don't expect that to happen. So it was really shocking. Oh, thanks, Shaw. Yeah, I've thought about doing this video or this live for a long time. Since the beginning, how did you find out? Oh, I found out when I started swelling, like my ankle was swelling, and and then before that, oh, my battery's low. Hold on, let me charge my phone. How did you find out? I found out well, before I got diagnosed, it was winter, so and then I noticed that like when I was at work, I was really sleepy. Like I feel like and then you just come home, and then I was just telling my husband, I was like, oh, I think I'm just gonna go to bed. And I get home at 4, and it's not normal for a healthy person to go to bed at 4 and in the evening. So I was just like, yeah, and then like during that time, so I would go over to her and like and then I noticed that maybe I'm thinking that I'm just tired because I'm helping to watch out over my mom. And then all the symptoms I had was back aches, shortness of breath. What else is there? Shortness of breath. And just really sleepy. Like, you just feel like as much as you sleep, it's not helping at all. And then when I got diagnosed the day before I went to the clinic, I had the swelling. So that was the major sign. And then, I don't know, maybe I thought I was pregnant too, because me and my husband were trying. And then when I went to the doctor, I was like, I'm trying to get pregnant. I don't know why I can't get pregnant. And then that's when they draw labs. And I told them, could it be kidney disease because my mom has it? And then they're like, no, you're really young, so the likely chance of kidney disease is very little. But then told her draw lab that let's out by the hospital. Then within 20 minutes, I had a message on my phone, and they were like, oh, you need to get admitted to the hospital at St. John. We already called a room for you, so you need to head over there right now. And I was just like, why? It's like, well, because your creatinine is really high and there seems to be some kidney damage. And I was like, oh, well, okay. So I was scared, and then I went over to St. John. I told my in-laws, I was like, Mom, Dad, patapa mo clinic and la tia jungo chichojon ko lo dun teta hong ko pe St. John. So go goodie bye, huh? And then I was like, oh, okay. So my in-laws took me and they already got me a room. And then they started doing more labs, and they were like, yeah, you have kidney disease and you need dialysis. And I was like, no, I'm only 21. That's not possible. Are you sure? Like, you need to double check. I'm pretty sure they did draw labs again, and they did check, and it was true. I did have kidney disease. But I told them, I was like, no, I want to go home. And they're like, well, you go home, you gotta sign this paper saying that we want to give you treatment, but you're refusing. And before we let you go, you have to sign that paper. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll sign it. Is there a certain diet you follow because you're a dialysis patient? Yeah, Kelly, there is a diet that I have to follow. I can't eat a lot of food that has phosphorus, and phosphorus is a mineral that your body usually get rid of if you're healthy. But in phosphorus, food more phosphorus. So any bakery, any donuts, there's rice, there's more phosphorus. So I really had to limit my diet down to nowadays which are not a meat, huh? So any type of meat that are beef, chicken, pork, yeah, you can eat those, but eat it in moderation. But with a dialysis patient, you need a lot of protein, so they want you to eat a lot of and vegetables too. But there's certain vegetables you can't eat no more, which include French fries, potato, tomatoes, and and then green leafy vegetable. They have a lot of potassium too, so I have to be on the lookout for them. What else is there? And bananas. Then anything with high potassium, high phosphorus. You have a fluid restriction. My rice intake. So you limit your rice intake. My mother-in-law is a dialysis patient, and I'm trying to see what you can and can't eat. Oh, okay. With rice, you shouldn't eat brown rice, because I know brown rice has a lot of potassium. So I stick with a more white rice, and I don't really limit myself on rice. I do limit myself on fruits though. Fruits like bananas, orange, papaya. What else is there? Tangerine. Any citrus fruit, need more potassium. So tell your mother-in-law don't eat a lot of like orange. Tell banana. No. My main diet that I usually eat, so I'm pretty sure your mother-in-law knows about eating meat. So I'm pretty sure that a dialysis patient eat a lot of meat. And then for vegetables, it's okay to eat green beans, cabbage. What else is there? What else do I eat? When it comes to vegetables, because I know that Hmong elders like to eat the vegetables. So what else is there? For fruits, apples is okay. I don't know if she likes dairy, but dairy is a big no-no. Let me grab my list of food they can eat. 1 second. Okay, so I guess they can eat blackberries, blueberries, broccoli. I usually eat broccoli. Can't eat cabbage. No, the carrots and cauliflower. What else do I eat? And the eggplant, the purple eggplant. Those are okay too if she likes those. And then the is okay too if she wants to eat those in moderation. When it comes to fruits, watermelon is okay, strawberries, raspberry, plum, pineapple. Yeah, those are the main ones that I usually stay away from papaya, because papaya is really high in potassium. And then, I don't know if you're still here, but if you have any luck on finding a compatible donor. When it comes to living donor, I don't know, I guess to put it out there that I need one, but for now, I'm just hoping I'm lucky on the kidney transplant list. So I'm waiting for a cadaver kidney. What happened after you refused the treatment? Well, buddy, if go refuse the treatment, then go sign the paper there, go chica, go la baga, and then basically you're taking responsibility that, you know, for kidney disease, based on body, most people can live a couple months without treatment, but when they tell you, yeah, they like get with it, you know, today is Wednesday, you get dialyzed today, you're not gonna make it till Friday. So for me, emergency can, plus my creatinine, like the amount of toxins in my body do not to a point where any time. So I didn't want to go through that, you know, like that chance of having my heart stop, you know, at any time. And, you know, like, I'm so young, I have so much to live for, and I saw what happened to my mother. She refused treatment, so I didn't want to go down that route. And so I was like, you know what, I'll be the first one in our Hmong families to actually go through it. And, you know, if I was able to live, I can, like, tell people how it is and what to expect. Especially, you know, I was born in the U.S. and, you know, but their Hmong parents, they don't believe in, you know, going to the doctors. I grew up not getting a lot of checkups, so I wish I could have, you know, but I didn't have that chance. And Hmong parents and Hmong elders, they don't believe in doctors. And I was like, I grew up here, you know, I believe in Western medicine. I'm really into the health field. And, you know, seeing what my mom went through, like, I don't want to go through that route. So that's why I decided to go through dialysis. And I know there's rumors that, like, some elders, they're on dialysis and like, you know, and during their treatment, they were like, they don't like it because, like, but honestly, the nurses and the doctors, they're there for you. The only thing I think that they have a bad experience on dialysis is because of the language barrier, and not a lot of nurses and technicians are Hmong, so they just do what the doctor recommend. And because the Hmong elders, they think that, you know, it's torture, but the reality is the doctor and the Hmong elders, they have that language barrier, so they don't really know how much to pull because so you really have to monitor and between treatment. So between Monday and Wednesday, I would gain about 2 kilos, and they 2 kilos would be about 4 pounds of water because I don't pee anymore since I went to since 2014 when I was when I have a hemorrhage in my brain. So since then, and then I really had to like monitor weight. I had to monitor my fluid intake. And with that, they could kind of weigh the, you know, I just ate like what, half a pound of food. So you take that into consideration of food, they go the bottle water, they go home. And then, so for example, I would drink about 3 bottles of water. So I know I have 1.5 kilo of water on. So I would pull about 1.5 plus 0.6. That's how much they give back to you when you're done dialyzing. So I would pull about 2 kilos, so about 4 pounds of water. And then my experiences on dialysis, per month, I would have 1 or 2 dialysis sessions that doesn't go well, and then the other days it will be okay. Hope you find a donor soon, my love. I know that one of my cousin took him 6 years to find one. Oh, that's good to know. I wish your cousin the best of luck. Gonna take care of little kidney. Thanks, girl. I'll keep you in my prayer. It's hard to get OG to follow diets, and I sometimes feel my mother doesn't worry too much, but so I'll have to keep an eye on. Yeah, just keep an eye around the house. If you ever have any question, you could just message me about the food. I can tell you more about it. I'm glad you are such a strong person going through all this and you're willing to share your story. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, because I keep hearing about like they don't have a good experience with dialysis, and that's why they refuse to get treatment. But honestly, if you can get more involved with your mom or dad, your grandma, grandpa, visit them at dialysis and just sit through one session with them, and then you'll get more knowledge of what it is. And then and then it's a good idea to stop in here and there to check on them, because they might be experiencing like, oh, like do they know and then they tell you cramp because they told you do they know and I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of Hmong OGs go through. The Hmong elders the signs of you pulling too much fluid is you just feel dizzy, you feel and cramps. So those are the 3 or 4 things that usually happen with people on dialysis. But if you feel like a cramp, and then if you're cramping, all you gotta do is go more. You just say you don't want a lot of fluid back though, so you only tell them, can I get like about 200 of 200 milliliter of saline. That usually helps me. For me, since I'm a small person, to feel dizzy or your cramp, then you have to alert the nurses. Can you give me like 50 ml? Usually 50 ml to 100 ml given back to me, I feel much better. And then I don't know if you do have a headache, you should ask for like Tylenol, because it does help. What else is there? Oh, and then another thing is low blood pressure. Usually people on dialysis, my blood pressure usually run around 150 over 90 when before I get on dialysis. And then once you start, your blood pressure will drop a little bit. Kidney patients do have higher blood pressures, so you don't want to pull too much fluid, but I'm pretty sure the doctors they usually have a dry weight that you guys the kidney disease, like when you don't pee anymore, your doctors usually know how much fluid you need to pull, and they usually give you fluid restriction. So make sure you follow your fluid restriction well. I don't know, do you guys have any other questions? Because I feel like I'm repeating myself, but yeah. My mother-in-law was very dizzy the other day after a session. Yeah, Kelly, when it comes to being dizzy, maybe her blood pressure was low, so she might be pulling too much fluid. Do you know if is your mother-in-law, is she Nipopolumika, or does her clinic have Hmong people, or is it mainly Mika people? There's a Hmong gal there. So if there's a Hmong gal there, does she talk to her about like, does your mom still pee? Because mainly when it is dizzy, then your mom then maybe she's pulling too much water or too much fluid off her body. Because for me, I don't make any urine anymore, so I have a more precise measurement of how much fluid I'm actually drinking. He lost a lot of weight. Are you in the same situation? Yeah, Cindy, when I first started, when I was diagnosed, I was 145 pounds, and then within a year, I lost 20 pounds. Yeah, so I was down to 125, and then now I'm about 105 pounds. So I did lose about 40 pounds altogether. Yeah, but it's not really body weight. It's usually fluid weight, that you're losing. She should be good when she's back from dialysis. It was that one time. I'll have to ask her about that. Yeah, Kelly usually money to doctor you body weight. So they should have a precise measurement, but sometimes if she's feeling dizzy, then maybe she was drinking a little bit much. And yeah, there's one thing too, if you do drink a lot of fluid and they only give you 3 hours to pull that fluid off, then that would make you dizzy too, because if you're trying too hard on your body, then that could end up making you dizzy. So if she gained, like, let's just say 1 kilo, if she gained 1 kilo, they're gonna pull an extra 0.6. So on the machine, they're gonna set it to 1600 ml, but then she's actually pulling that 1 kilo off, so she'll actually get 600 back. But they just pull extra just so that they can give it back to you at the end. So I don't know if you ever went to her sessions, but that's usually how they pull off my fluid. Because if I usually gain like 1.5 kilo. So on the machine they'll set it to 2.1 kilo. But then at the end of the day they actually pull 1.5, and then if I did my math correctly, then I wouldn't feel that bad when I'm on dialysis. So do you guys have any other questions? Do they ever tell you if you're gonna go up the list for a donor? No, they keep that a secret. They don't update us where we are on the list. But they did tell me when I talked to my transplant coordinator, they did tell me that I'm halfway there, but they're not gonna give me a precise day or something. I just have to wait for that phone call. And they did tell me that with if your blood type is A or B, your chances are getting a kidney is much faster than an O person. I am O positive, so my wait is longer. When I first started dialysis, it took 2 to 5 years, not average, but nowadays they up it a little because there's a lot of people on dialysis. Every year there's like 100,000 people on dialysis, so it adds to the list. And because I'm O positive, now the average year is 6 to 8 years, so I really have to just keep my head up high. Yeah, for elders, you want to care about the fluid intake, because they're stubborn. They don't believe in doctors, but it's a good thing to let them know. Do they only let you do your treatment for a few years or until you find one? Well, my treatment is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you do that for the rest of your life if you don't get a donor, or if they can't find you one, or if you don't get a kidney transplant. So yeah, I would have to be on dialysis for the rest of my life if I don't get a kidney. But when you think about it, if it's good, the ways to prevent it is could you do yearly checkup. You know, most people we want to save money. If it's just some doctor's visit, but you know, it's a good thing to get that yearly checkup. No matter how young you are, you need that yearly checkup, because it's best to find out early than when it's too late, like me. Because I think before I was diagnosed, the last time with a doctor was like what, middle school. So from middle school, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, 12. It'd be about 6-7 years before I got a checkup. So you mentioned that you and your hubby was trying this being dialysis allowing to happen. I did some research on that. I talked to my doctors about it. They don't recommend that I get pregnant. So, you know, go and listen to it, because if I do get pregnant, then it's a very high risk pregnancy. And you go get pregnant, then your baby don't usually make it, and it's gonna be really hard on you. And because I don't wanna bring a kid to a world knowing that I'm not healthy enough, and I don't want to risk my baby's life on that. So yeah, I talked to my husband about it. He's okay with us waiting until a transplant, because I have a better chance at getting pregnant, because with being on dialysis and having kidney disease, so it's really hard to get pregnant. But they did put me on birth control just to prevent it, because that there you go then because they give you epogen, which is a hormone that makes you have more red blood cells, so your hemoglobin is up, and you can release healthier eggs. So with that being a high pregnancy, like they don't want me to get pregnant. So I've been on birth control since I got on dialysis. What were some of your symptoms before being diagnosed? Tau. Most of my symptoms was shortness of breath. Yeah, what is it? 这做事啊，就啲個好多睇個做上弄唔掂啦，仲過你個做上去走啊。And whenever you work, 個人覺得幾不啦，我覺得做事樣。So 個做這啲講要做上嚟哈。And I thought I was pregnant, but usually you would think that you were pregnant, and because I was married, then I thought I was pregnant, but no, I wasn't pregnant. I wish I was, but I wasn't. So yeah, those are mostly my symptoms. The major symptoms would be swelling. You would notice swelling. Oh, and then one thing too, you go to church at night, especially like you go to the bathroom a lot and you pee a lot, usually at night. So I did notice I was peeing a lot at night, and within 1 or 2 hours I would have to go to the bathroom again. And that is also a sign that I thought I was pregnant, but I wasn't. Oh, thanks, Kelly. I admire your strength. Oh, thanks, Nasi. So yeah, if you guys have any family members that is going through what I'm going through and they need more information, just shoot me an email. I always check my email. It's nmoua017@gmail.com. And you guys can also message me on Facebook too. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Thanks, Pania, for sharing. If you guys think this is like very informational, then nepa share. And if I see that like a lot of people are, you know, they appreciate this, then I would make another live too. I'm hoping that I'll continue to do this. Where do you go? Where do I go for dialysis? Well, I go to DaVita. There's also another, what is it, dialysis? It starts with an F. I think it's Forensius or something. Yeah, but I think DaVita dialysis is where most people go. They usually place go where you live near or where your doctor goes. So I go to the Highland Park one. It's much further. I was supposed to go to Sunray, but my doctor doesn't go to Sunray, so I was placed at Highland. How often do you go, and how long are each session? I go 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Usually on Mondays they go around 3 hours 30 minutes because new Saturday to Sunday, that's when I tend to get the most fluid. So they would give me 3 hours 30 minutes to try to pull off fluid and clean my blood. And then Wednesdays and Friday I go 3 hours 15 minutes. And then what else can I share with you guys? I think I pretty much covered. Oh, I'm Nancy. Virginia. Yeah, she goes to the same clinic as I do too. Victoria. I don't know if Virginia goes by Victoria. I think she used to, but if you're talking about different Victoria, then Gucci-Bona. Be strong, I know you'll find one. Thanks, Cindy. I hope so. I mean, living donor, you know how most people don't really donate, so that I understand. So that's why I don't really go out there and ask for donors, And honestly, I don't have a lot of friends that other ethnicity too, so can't really rely on that. But right now, what I rely on the most is that cadaver donor. What type of blood are you? Oh, Nasi, I am an O positive. That blood type, my doctor did tell me that there's a lot of it, but because O can donate to a lot of people, then our chances of getting a donor from an O it takes a while longer because your A and B your A and B more compatible with the O donor, like their tissue type and stuff, then that O can go to an A and B. So if you're lucky and you go to A blood or B blood, blood A or blood B, sorry, you get a better chance at getting a donor or a cadaver donor. So yeah, I've been waiting about 3.5 years. It'll be 4 years in December of this year. And average weight is about 6 to 8 years now. So we do block young day in day, but I check you the so yeah, I am active, so I'm hoping I get one soon because I would love to start a family. What else can I tell you guys? Can you guys tell me if my music's on too loud? If it's on too loud, then I will turn it down a little bit, because I want you guys to hear me. Thanks, Nasi. And I hope you guys will share this video too, or this live, just so that I can get my experiences out there. And y'all like to question a lot, because I know that big Hmong community, like not a lot of people know about it, and I don't want like, honestly, because I help people. I really want to direct it towards big Hmong people, just so they know what to expect. I'm not gonna say my experiences is gonna be the same for everybody, but I just kind of want to educate. Yeah, I'm not saying that Hmong medicine doesn't work. For me, my parents have told me about, no Hmong, but I don't know. I kind of refuse it because but when my doctor tells me that, your chances of your kidneys recovering is very little, and then, it's not sure, and plus, when I do eat more meds, like, it's gonna get filtered out from dialysis, so I just feel like, maybe transplant is the only way. What else is there? So since I'm not a transplant patient yet, if there's any transplant patient out there, I would like to know more about being a transplant patient, because I'm hoping that in the near future I might be a transplant patient myself, and if I do become one, I want to know more about it before I make a decision on it. I know that I want a transplant, but I'm also scared about the surgery. So if there's any transplant patient out there, can you guys shoot me an email? My email is nmoua017@gmail.com. I would love to hear more about being a transplant patient, especially a kidney patient. Doesn't matter if it's a liver patient or anybody. I would like to learn more about it. I've done a lot of research, but the research repetitive, so I would want to know more about it. And if you guys have any family members that are kidney patients or kidney transplant patient, let me know more about their experience. From what I heard, if you might not show up for the rest of your life, and I understand that, but I just want to know more about the surgery. Yeah, what are the risks if I do go and get if I do get lucky enough to have a transplant? Thanks you guys for sharing. I think my cousin don't have to. Cindy, I didn't understand that. Sorry. Can you rewrite it if you can? that too good to watch his diet? Oh, he's the. Yeah, I did. Is it like really restricted though? Because I know that you with a there's no cure for kidney disease, but with a transplant, you're not the but I know that you still have to watch out though. Excuse me. I don't think he have to eat the pills. Oh, I'm pretty sure he has to, cause they're anti-rejection pills, huh? I don't think you have to eat the pills. Can't drink dark pop. Oh yeah, dark pop because of the high phosphorus. So any Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I stay away from those two on the kidney diet, on the dialysis diet. Yeah, my main diet more than usually stay away from the genre. Usually not but mostly conventional fruits. My main veggies that cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots. Have you heard about the kidney walk? Yeah, I've heard about it. I get mail in the mailbox. Sometimes I get emails too, but being on dialysis and that day to talk we should attend. Well, I've never attended because sometimes you should shout and it doesn't fit my schedule because Monday, Wednesday, Friday they go more dialysis, and then Tuesday, Thursday I work. So yeah, when it comes to working, some people can do 40 hours a week. For me, I can't. I feel like it's a lot of work on me. So I only work Tuesday and Thursday on non-dialysis days. So I think I cover most of it. Yeah, I think I'm running out of things to talk about. What else do I need to talk about? Yeah, sometimes if I'm at dialysis, I'll probably go on live just to tell you guys how it is when I'm on the machine. But for now, I think that is it. So I think I'm just gonna end my live here. If I do think about anything else that I've missed, then yeah, I'll come back and do another live. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys can share this, and if you guys have any questions, just message me, or we can talk again next time. Well, thanks you guys for watching. Bye.